You've held an iPhone 1,000 times. You never thought about what it took to build it. Last year, Apple manufactured 234 million iPhones. That's 26,000 every single hour. Around the clock, for 12 months straight. Each iPhone contains parts from 50 countries. Each one goes through 400 assembly steps. Each step must be perfect. One error and the phone fails. This isn't manufacturing. This is orchestration at a scale that shouldn't be possible. September 2023. Apple needs to ship 80 million iPhone 15s for holiday season. They have 12 weeks. The math is brutal. That's 6.7 million phones per week, 950,000 per day, 40,000 per hour. But here's the problem. The iPhone 15 Pro uses titanium frames. Apple's never manufactured titanium at scale. The metal destroys cutting tools. Each frame requires 20 minutes of precision machining. The tolerances are measured in micrometers. If the production line fails, Apple misses the holiday window. That's $40 billion in revenue. Gone. So Apple does what it always does. It doesn't just manufacture a phone, it rebuilds the entire supply chain to make the impossible product possible. The solution starts in Zhengzhou, China. Foxconn City. This isn't a factory, it's a manufacturing nation. 350,000 workers. Dormitories, restaurants, hospitals. Everything needed to build iPhones at inhuman scale. Inside the main facility, the assembly line stretches for miles, not figuratively, actual miles. The iPhone moves through 400 stations. Each station does one thing perfectly. Station 47 installs the battery. Takes 4.8 seconds. Station 103 aligns the camera module. Within 5 micrometers, that's half the width of a human hair. Station 291 tests Face ID, scans 30,000 infrared dots in 0.3 seconds. Here's the scale that breaks your brain. At peak production, a completed iPhone rolls off the line every 3 seconds. That's 20 iPhones per minute. 1,200 per hour. From this one facility alone, Apple runs 50 facilities like this, across Asia, Europe, the Americas. Each one synchronized, each one hitting the same impossible targets. But Foxconn just assembles. The real complexity is upstream. The A17 Pro chip comes from TSMC in Taiwan. 3-nanometer process. The OLED screen ships from Samsung in Korea. The camera lenses are ground in Germany. Gorilla Glass is manufactured in Kentucky. Rare earth magnets for the speakers come from China. Every component has to arrive at Foxconn within a 6-hour window early, and it sits in inventory costing money. Late, and the line stops costing more money. Apple's logistics system tracks 200,000 component shipments simultaneously. The coordination makes FedEx look simple. This is why Apple holds $200 billion in supplier agreements. They're not buying parts. They're buying guaranteed capacity. When Apple says they need 80 million titanium frames, suppliers can't say no. They've already committed their factories, control the supply chain, control the product. Apple learned this from Steve Jobs. It's how they ship on time every single year. Let's talk about what actually goes into one iPhone. The logic board contains 3,800 components: resistors, capacitors, chips, connectors. Each one smaller than a grain of rice. Each one placed by machines that see in microscopic detail. The battery is custom L-shaped. Why? To maximize capacity in tight space. It wraps around the logic board. The engineering isn't just making it work, it's making it fit. The titanium frame requires 37 separate machining operations, each one programmed to micrometer precision. The frame weighs 19 grams. That's specific. Any heavier, and it affects the phone's balance. Any lighter, and it's not rigid enough. Then there's the camera module. 3 separate lenses. Each lens made from 6 glass elements. Each element ground and polished to optical precision. The entire module stabilizes using magnetic fields that adjust 5,000 times per second. This level of sophistication doesn't happen by accident. It requires obsessive engineering. Every millimeter is fought over. Every gram matters, every component optimized. Apple's manufacturing advantage isn't just scale, it's control. They own their chip design. They control their operating system. They dictate terms to suppliers. No other phone maker has this level of vertical integration. Samsung makes great phones, but they buy chips from Qualcomm. Google makes Pixel, but they manufacture through third parties. Apple does everything. That control means they can iterate faster, optimize deeper, ship more reliably. Here's why this matters to you. Every feature you use on your iPhone exists because Apple controls the entire manufacturing stack. Face ID works because Apple designed the chip, wrote the software, and manufactured the sensors as one system. You can't buy those pieces separately. They only exist as Apple designed them. When you pick up your iPhone, you're holding the result of the most sophisticated manufacturing operation in consumer electronics. 400 steps, 50 countries, 26,000 phones per hour. All to put this in your pocket. Here's what most people miss. The iPhone isn't expensive because Apple is greedy. It's expensive because this level of manufacturing precision costs money. Titanium machining, nanometer chips, 5-micrometer camera alignment. You can't do this cheaply. But Apple proved something bigger. They proved you can manufacture at quality and scale simultaneously. For decades, manufacturing was a trade-off. You could make it good or make it fast. Apple does both. Next time you hold your iPhone, feel the weight. 19 grams for the frame, not 18, not 20. 19. That precision exists in every component, every material, every assembly step. You're not holding a phone. You're holding proof that impossible manufacturing is just manufacturing nobody's figured out yet. Tomorrow, how the cameras in your iPhone became better than actual cameras. The computational photography revolution that changed what taking a picture even means.